But getting back to this game that I never left, I want to, because we were speaking about that earlier, how important the father is in the home. Regardless of what lifestyle the individual might choose to participate in, a lot of times, whether or not he had a father in his previous years before he got in the game is going to play a major part on basically how he participate. If you had a man to exemplify the behavior of a man coming up in your childhood, it becomes more easy. A lot of things that a lot of guys are doing in the lifestyle. Go ahead.
Let me respectfully disagree.
Okay, how do you
Let me
disagree?
tell you why I disagree, and let me tell you how what I'm saying works. Otherwise, I wrote this book. It's called Single Mother Sees Your Son. And it goes way back 50, 60 years to where the women's liberation movement started. And this is where we have all the problem. Not that that is the problem right now, but that's where it started. Now, keep that in mind while I ask you this question. I'm sure no one likes to get we hate to hear about rape. But if it was about if rape did to women what they say does to women today, it makes you go in a shell. You can't trust men. You got all these problems. If that's really true, there would be no black people. Why? Because every one of our great grandmothers was raped. They was raped as much as the master wanted to rape them. And when I'm not condoning rape, I'm just saying this is something like why I disagree with what you're saying, because the goddamn fact that your father is not there ain't gonna change. So if you want to let that hold you back because you didn't get this or that, and you want to sit there and explain that to me that you didn't get this or that, then okay, good. That's why you are nothing. That's why you're on the floor or the ground level. But if you didn't have a father, or you got raped, and you realize that's what happened, and you motherfucker dealt with it, you'll be like black people are today. They were at one time unbreakable. Nothing you could do could break their spirit. But now that they agree and believe all this weak ass bullshit, that's why we're so infiltrated now. We're infiltrated at every level. Every race can infiltrate us and take what they infiltrate and learn and profit from it, and only a few of us can. So, I don't hate people or nothing like that, but I'm saying I don't believe the rhetoric that they talk, because it's all rhetoric to keep the different clinics getting paid. Because the more you believe you got some kind of problem, the more you're going to go to a psychiatrist that's going to keep you having a problem for the next 10 years. And if you was a real black ass bitch that got raped in the slavery time, your ass would have got raped and you'd have been over it in the morning. There wouldn't have been none of that bullshit. You would have still had your man. You would have still been a mother to your kids, and everything would have been everything, because you got raped. You didn't give this person shit. You didn't submit to shit. Somebody forcibly took this shit from you. You can't do anything about that. So the only thing you can do is that shit. I would tell my daughter what I'm telling you right now, because I'm not going to baby you because you ain't the only goddamn one that got, and I feel bad for you, but I'm not trying to hear the bullshit. I don't want to see you in the goddamn room, covered up on the bed, tripping. Get your ass out and don't get in that situation again. That's what you do. Learn from your mistakes. That's how I feel about it, man. In my book, check this out. Single Mother Sees Your Child. Do you know where Women's Lib started, what it was for? Do you know the answer to that?
No, I'm listening to you because I wanted to actually go back to something, but I'm just listening. I'm going to wait till you finish.
Okay, well, listen to this. Women's Lib, when it first started out, like in the early 60s, it was because women would be doing the same work that me and you would be doing, but they'd be getting paid 30% of what we get paid. So initially, when Women's Lib started, it was about equal pay for equal work. Had nothing to do with hating men, had nothing to do with none of the bullshit that Women's Lib is about now. But what happened was after 10, 15 years, the country started changing, and they started allowing women to earn more, and that movement sort of died out a little bit, and that's when the lesbians and all them kind of start taking up the goddamn movement. So now what I'm saying is, once they took it, I don't need a man. I don't this. I don't need that. But you got a whole bunch of goddamn regular heterosexual women that still kind of want to be in that movement. So unwittingly, they start adopting this philosophy that they don't need a man. Now, of course, things is not good or the best in the neighborhood with husbands and shit. People got their faults, but what I'm saying is, they didn't need them. It wasn't that until the lesbians and the who could change a car filter or a car motor and they could build a house start talking about, just because we women don't mean we can't change a car filter or we can't build a house. I don't need no man for that shit. And the reality of it is, they don't, because they like. But the goddamn woman that do need a man. So she's talking this shit in her head. She don't need no man. Ooh, I could do this and I could do that. Confusing the out of herself until she goes home with this shit enough and talk herself out of a man. This ain't finna sit up here and listen to this goddamn shit which you don't need. Fuck you then if you don't need this. And he gone. See, you get all that shit and you add it all up and you get till today. See, once the women stop needing the mother, they say, and the man saying blah, 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 the man lead a woman to raise the kid. Now you raising the kid as a woman, and how you gonna teach this motherfucker to have nuts? How you gonna teach this boy to have nuts like his dad would? His mother say, well, he don't really need nuts. All he needs to do is to not let himself get hurt or whatever. What I'm saying is, the boy needs nuts. The boy needs to recognize how the woman act. That's why when a little boy raised by his mother, when they in the store and they see some woman acting crazy, his mother don't point it out to him like his dad would. See, man, that's why you don't want to deal with them kind of women, because them kind of women get you in the store and woo-woo. Give him his lessons. This is what makes dudes dudes. But they don't get none of this no more. Everything is politically correct. He can't tell a girl that she got a nice ass. Even if the got on some pants that looked like they was painted on her motherfucking skin. You can see fully up in the crack of her ass. But you cannot say, damn, that ass look good. Now, that don't make sense. But the niggas accepting that bullshit, the men today that's accepting that bullshit, that's why they're in the position they're in. They're scared to death. They don't know what to say, how to act, because everything is up. Because the motherfuckers have taken away the traditional ways of being a man. I talk about this shit in detail on all my goddamn shows, man. So, hopefully,
hold on, before I
listen, somebody could get interested and we could talk about this shit. I go deep.
Before I make my next statement, I want you to stop right now and tell them about your YouTube channel, your Facebook, and how they can reach you.
Okay, man, I got my YouTube channel is Real Talk with Rosebudd. My email is askrosebud@gmail.com. My Twitter is @Mr. Rosebud. And I don't have Instagram. And my Facebook is RBBD. That stands for Rosebud Bitter Dose. RBBD. And that's the way you can get in contact with me.
Okay. Well, let me say this. Let me say this to all the young people that's listening. Whenever I have a guest, especially a legendary older guest, there are going to be things that's going to be said that I'm not in agreement with in totality all the way. But out of respect, just like I want all of the young P's, don't be going back and forth with the older P's. Now, when you're given the opportunity and you got the liberty to speak your mind, please do so. But do it gracefully. Do it with class. And when you had disagreed with me, Bud, I listened to the example, but I don't think you understood what I was saying. What I was
Could be.
What? Yeah, I know you didn't, because if you did, you would have gave a better answer than that. What I'm saying to you is that there are advantages and blessings that come with having a father in your life. That's what I was saying. You have an advantage.
Sinful.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, I hope you know that I got 12 brothers and sisters.
Right.
All by the same mother and father. And each one of us grew up till they died in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
I know the value of a man because I am exactly what my father is. But if my father wouldn't have been there and excuse me. And wait a minute, excuse me. If my father was there, like the dudes are today, and and he was like them, I wouldn't be anything like I am. So what I'm saying, or what I meant, or what I took from what you said, was that is a good, or one of the reasons dudes are having the problems they're having today, that they didn't have a male example, or they didn't have a male camaraderie. I don't agree with that. Although I agree that they did not have the camaraderie in what you're saying, I'm saying it does not have to result in what you're saying that results in.
No. That's why I said you basically drew a conclusion from something that never existed. What I was simply saying was that there are advantages. That's irrefutable. There are advantages of having a father presiding over you as a child, as a young man. So regardless of whatever lifestyle, just like certain things in the lifestyle was actually easy for you versus someone else, coming in the lifestyle. You got an education, you know what I mean? You didn't finish school, but you was in school. There were certain things that you were doing that other individuals was not capable of doing, simply because, like I always say, how can you conform to a behavior that you're not informed about? You had a father in your life, and that's some of the reasons why you are who you are today, is because you had a father in your life. Look at all the individuals that participated in the game that had a father in their life versus those that didn't have a father in their life. It's a major difference. I hope you guys live as long as you want and never want as long as you live, man. Y'all be blessed now.